Today, we're installing a Holley electric fuel pump in a stock 1980 Camaro fuel tank. We selected this pump because it installs in a stock fuel tank, doesn't require a return line, and is self-regulated to put out 58 psi of pressure, which is close to the 60 psi called for in the LS3 E-Rod instructions. This is called a hydromat. It filters incoming fuel. You also get a wiring pigtail, an O-ring, and a lock ring. Remove the cap on the end of the fuel pump. Next, install the hydromat onto the bottom of the fuel pump. Line up the locating dowel, then press the hydromat firmly into place. It's held on by friction, so you really need to push hard. We used a screwdriver to push until there was no gap. Remove the two screws holding the fuel level sender. This lets us install the pump assembly inside the tank. Now start lowering the pump and hydromat into the tank. Feed the hydromat in first. Be careful not to cut the mat or wiring on the sharp edges of the opening. Wires that are longer than necessary can be looped around the tube. We paid $336 for this pump in 2020. On sale, it's now $474. Who would have thought that massive government spending of borrowed money would cause inflation like that? With the pump and sending unit float inside the tank, reattach the fuel level sender. Notice how the black wire is secured by the upper screw. Slide the O-ring over the outlet fuel line and wiring, then over the bulkhead plate. This is a good time to lubricate the O-ring. Then we ran into a problem. The tabs on the blocking plate wouldn't line up with the slots on the tank. We bent the fuel line to allow the pump to rotate further clockwise. The O-ring is hard to compress. The lock ring doesn't want to slide under the tabs on the tank. We bent the leading edges of the lock ring down to help them slide under the tabs on the tank. Slide the locking ring over the fuel line and wiring, smooth side first so it ends up facing down. A couple of screwdrivers can be used to apply real force. Some WD-40 on the top side of the lock ring will help it slide into place. Bumps on the lock ring must slide under the tabs on the tank. The edges we bent down earlier had to be lifted up later to let the ring slide all the way around. Final position. We planned to run fuel lines down the left side of the car, so the fuel line running to the right had to go. After cutting, Dylan deburred the inside and outside edges of the line. Later, we used a compression fitting to connect this line to a new 3/8" hard line to the engine. Installation of the gas tank is shown in our 1980 Camaro video series. Getting fuel from the tank to the engine and wiring the electric pump will be shown in future videos. So how is it working out? I have two main concerns. One, it is very loud. There is literally never a time when you can't hear the pump running. And two, there can be a lag between sudden demand from the engine for fuel and the pump adjusting its output. I now think that a regulator in the engine compartment paired with a return line is a better way to go. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. That's all, folks.